Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I am here every single day of the year to take your 12, or to read on 12 political questions. Literally, I'm here every day, guys. You know that. You know I'm always here. And I take your questions out of the chat. So if you've got questions for me, just put them in the chat in all caps. Anything in all caps is how I know you're talking to me. If you're not talking to me, please just type normally. Makes things a lot easier so I don't get distracted. Because people have whole conversations. They're really helpful to each other, really kind to each other. Thank you for that too. We have epic troll slayers. Thank you. Thank you. You keep us safe. You make this possible. And when I'm done here, I go down into the description box. Right now, the questions are all down there. I start gathering them just before 12 out of the chat. You can always put questions in before we, well before we start. And I take them kind of first come, first serve. There may be a few I choose not to read on. I will usually explain why. It is never anything personal. I promise. I promise. Okay. And I'm trying to think what else. I timestamp them. Right now the questions are down there, so you can kind of follow along to see where we are. Yes, 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. And that's an ongoing thing. Sorry, I got distracted. I saw the word chocolate out of the corner of my eye. It was like, what? White Dragon, what is that you drink every day? Chocolate, maybe. Oh, it's in the description box, actually, I believe. Used to be. Other products used. Press-on nails. Card holder. Lunch during the live stream is usually Orgain organic vegan protein powder, creamy chocolate fudge. And there's a link. Anyway. Oh, Doug. Doug would like some good vibes sent my way. I got a bladder cancer diagnosis. Okay. Well, let's take a moment and just, we don't have to beg the divine. Our souls are all parts of the divine. They're little sparks, little parts. But sparks even kind of, it's a thought of, oh, well, here, sparks are fleeting. Well, actually, it's permanent. We are always our souls are always a part of the divine, always will be. And so we don't have to beg and we don't have to grovel in order to get positive energy. We just help direct it. And it's always polite to ask. So, divine energy, pour down upon everyone who is suffering today. Hurt everyone who is ill. Sorry, help everyone who is ill. I am so sorry. Help I'm going to start over because that was... Ugh. Divine energy, pour your energy down on everyone who is hurting today. Please help everyone who is struggling. Help people's pain. Heal them of illness. Make them strong and whole. Let them know that they are loved always, that they are part of something bigger. Help Cindy with her illness and help Doug with this diagnosis. Fill up the world, everyone and everything in it with divine energy until the whole planet is just glowing with divine energy for health, for happiness, for goodness, for the betterment of all. Okay. Sorry about my misspoke there, and then I got all discombobulated, but here we are. Okay. get back to what I was doing here. I'm kind of out of my body now. All right. I have my questions for today. I have your questions for today. But I can tell you right now, I'm not going to read through them. They're in the description. I'm just going to start working my way through them so we can kind of move along with things. I will tell you right now, somebody moved themselves up into the top of the hit parade for today. Little talk. Tucker Carlson has gone to Hungary. We're going to start at 6 minutes with Tucker Carlson. Okay. From what I've heard, Tucker Carlson has gone to Hungary, and he's basically pushing the ideas there of fascism. Now, you guys, you know me. I'm not money. I'm on here literally every single day, every day. You know, I have certain buttons that can be pushed. I am, if you hurt those who are weaker than you are, if you hurt those who are helpless, I'm going to have an opinion. And there is always time in my schedule to ridicule fascists. Hello, Becca. Becca's here from House of Lenormand. Do follow House of Lenormand. She is awesome. We're talking about talk. Well, Tucker Carlson has gone to Hungary and apparently Hungary is becoming a fascist state, is my understanding. And Tuck is there to talk about how great that is. So I wanted to ask, I know that on the surface it may seem like, well, it's obvious, but no, I want to know. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Kathy. Papa Tan passed away at the veterinarian hospital. Oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry. I know how much Papa Tan meant to you. Oh, Papa Tan, bless your soul. You have given so much for us. And Papa Tan was such a blessing and kindness and happiness in your life. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bless Kathy. Bless Papa Tan. Bless Kathy. Let her know she is loved. Let her know that she's not alone. Let her grief heal. And welcome Papa Tan onto the other side. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to keep reading, but I'm so sorry. Okay, we're going to start at 9:30 here. Let's go fight some fascists. So Tucker Carlson has gone to Hungary and is saying how basically, from what I understand, it's like, oh, this is great. Now, we call Tucker Carlson a fascist, but I really want to know, this flat out, Is Tucker Carlson actually like a fascist? Oh, Mystic Surfer, I'm sorry. I've got my questions for today. It's kind of first come, first serve. I'm sorry. You need to get here just before or at the start. I'm sorry. Is Tucker Carlson a fascist? Does he want actual fascism here? Now, he might call it something else. I don't know what he'll call it. But is he actually a full-on, no question fascist? And will people realize that, if that is true? So he moved himself right up to the top of the hit parade. Talk, where are you? Let me see. Let me go look under some psychic rocks. See if I can find him. Slime bag. Come here, slime bag. Tucker Carlson, do you actually want actual fascism in America? Really? Knight of Swords. That's not good. Swords are, it's air signs, so it can be things like laws. This is quite often the card of law, aggressive law enforcement or law enforcement. It can be military. It can be communications. It can be Tucker Carlson fighting for using his communication access to fight for his own stupidity. Five of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Magician, Star, Six of Pentacles. This is how he sees things. The country is suffering with no rule of law. There's no rule of law. The borders are wide open. The liberal left is getting rid of anything that could help. This is Ayn Rand fever dream. You know, go read Atlas Shrugged. But he's going to stand up. He has the answer and the hope that the rich will help these poor downtrodden, give them tiny little scraps, maybe. And that is how it should be. The Republicans who are we're the ones who have money. We should have the power, and that's been held back. We've been held back by the society, but we should. This is. Yeah. This is. You see, the thing is I saw someone, it kind of zipped past on the chat. I'm so sorry that I'm not quoting you. I do like to say who's saying things, but there was something that went past about, oh gosh, now I've got to go look for it because I can't remember, but it was important. Sorry. He's a fascist. Oh, it makes Tucker feel important. What I'm picking up is, yes, a lot of people like this are insecure, but no, this is not This is not his insecurity as much as it is what I don't have a better term for this, and tell me if I'm wrong. I call it money psychosis, which is they've done studies. I mean, there's the famous Monopoly study where they took undergraduates and they had them play Monopoly. 2 people play Monopoly, no big deal. But they gave one person extra money up front. They started with an advantage, unfair advantage, right? And then as the game went on and the person who didn't have the advantage started losing, no matter how many times they ran this experiment, the person who had money started getting this grandiose sense of importance and intelligence and started jeering at the person who was losing. And I don't know what to call that. I don't know that there's an official name for it, so I just call it money psychosis. When you get a certain amount of money and you just start thinking that you have all the answers, you are better than, you deserve, you and it's cruel. And cruelty is, well, of course, because I am better. I am above you. It's like, well, you were given an unfair advantage to start with. Oh, that's beside the point. That was nothing. I got where I am because of my greatness, because of my hard work. Right. Because there aren't single mothers with 3 jobs who, oh, they're not working hard. Right now, I'm not picking up that Tucker feels insecure or that he feels small. He feels like he has money psychosis. It can't call entitlement, but it's more than that. It really is a twisted cruelty toward others. It's not just I deserve, but they deserve to suffer. So we kind of knew this was coming, though, to some extent, because the warnings for ages have been it's going to get among as the Trump base gets smaller and smaller over time, they become almost more rabid in desperation, and that's what's happening. M. kelpie affluenza, that's part of it. That's a good word for it. I think we need something that really encapsulates the cruelty part, though. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying there is a proper word for it. I'm saying that's just what I call it, because it needs something that encapsulates that cruelty. So so how's your fascist push going to go? He's not in touch with reality. He's really not. He is really not. And trust me, I get subjected to bits of Tucker on Fox News on a regular basis. And he's a sandwich short of a picnic. I'm sorry. He's not like, reality over here. Hey, hello. Trump base of power. Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, 8 of Swords, 10 of Wands. That's good. They're trying to push this a American freedom means American money. That the country was actually founded on capitalism, and we won't. Don't try to argue. Don't argue with me. I'm saying this is their view. This is not my view. This is not my view. It was built on capitalism and the rich white males. That's really what the country was founded on. But these little puffball, snowflake, girly sissy men and women, Democrats are in charge, which was going to destroy the whole system. Well, that system needs to be destroyed. We need equality. We need equality for everybody to actually, we need actual meritocracy. We need actual equality. We need actual fairness. And that's what this is for. But no. They want the way things were. But here's the thing. The center card is always most powerful in these 3, 5, and 7 cards spreads. Well, 99% of the time, the center card's the most powerful. This is the democratic ideal, fighting for the democratic ideal. This is legally corralling those who need to be, and this is sweeping up the burden of this fascist thinking and carting it away to dispose of it. So no matter how scary this is and how awful, just how awful it can seem, how scary it can seem, it's not going to end well for them. It's just not going to work. So what's going to happen to Tucker? Browen, I wouldn't go for a straight meritocracy because those who are unable to do will be left behind. I didn't mean a meritocracy in that people are left on their own. I'm saying, like what's going on with Cuomo. It's like, okay, just assume for a second, for the sake of argument, he's guilty all the way across the board. There are other people who could do that job. There are people who could probably do the job better, honestly. But maybe they don't get that opportunity because they are female, or people of color, or heaven forbid, a woman of color. Or someone who is a good old gender rebel. They don't get those opportunities, and they should get those opportunities. They have experience, they have credentials, they have charisma. That's what I'm talking about. They get positions of power based on what they can do rather than, well, he's a white male, so let's vote for him. Let's give him a pass. Anyway, what's going to go on with Tucker here? Not much. Yeah, I keep getting a big old not much. He can go home and roll around in his vault of money like Scrooge McDuck. Nine of Cups. As long as he's got advertisers, why should he change? This is the merchant card. As long as there are people promoting his show. No problem. Okay, thank you. Empress, Knight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, Strength. He's a dinosaur. He's a loud dinosaur, but he's a dinosaur. And America is about to move into a phase where a lot of people who've broken laws are going to be, it is going to be exposed. And most of them are going to be held accountable in some way. It just gives Tucker more to talk about. But in future, it's temperance and it's other people, not just the rich, not just the Caucasian male, the rich Caucasian males of no conscience. And I'm not saying all rich Caucasian males have no conscience. I'm saying that those who do have those who do not have a conscience, their day is passing. There's more coming. There's more egalitarianism coming. We are entering the age of Aquarius, which is about equality. Pluto is about to go into Aquarius, which is going to expose weaknesses and have us deal with these issues of equality in a way that we get rid of the rot and we can bring in a stronger philosophy or way of living. So, but what happens to Tucker? See, Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, our time is ending. Go ahead and squawk. Fascist. There he is. Let's go look overseas. Oh, they've managed to pull off a fascist state. How can we get on that sweet, sweet fascism? Well, you can't. Because that's not the way the country's going. That's not the way that... No. I would love to see something he's done exposed, that it went through the legal process, and I would love to see karma go sit on his head. But that's the thing. Some people say I only see what I want to see in these cards. No. I see good things happen to really rotten people. I don't know anybody who's ever seen Trump going to jail. The nostalgia card. Make America white in the 1950s again. Institutionalize it. Enforce it. Nope. These fossils have to walk away because Democrats come out in droves. People who want equality come out in droves. All right. And that's Tucker and his fascist dreams. Okay. Actually, I should make a note of that here. Fascist dreams. All right. So Victoria had a question. Will Justice Thomas be gone from the court by Election Day 2024? Okay, so let's read on Justice Thomas. All right, so at 30. Justice Thomas. Ian's saying Carlson's going to have a very bad ending. Do you read? Is that just your thinking, or do you have a sense of that? Do you read cards? Do you know astrology? Just wondering. Anyway, Justice Thomas. Justice Thomas, are you going to be out before the next presidential election, basically? Justice Thomas, are you leaving before the next presidential election in 2024? Are you out of there? Justice Thomas, where are you? Hang on. When I was in college, there are only a few instances where I've actually physically seen an aura. But I was sitting in class one day when I was in college, and I was in this English class. And our teacher was a full professor with tenure who also had some kind of short radio program about literature or what have you on the weekends in the morning on our local NPR station. This guy thought he was the center of the universe. He would stand up there and he would recite whatever it is he wanted to recite. And he would stand there and wait until everyone started applauding. You had to applaud, or he wouldn't get on with the class. So he was walking back and forth one day and just being awful, like he was. It was like, okay. And I was looking at him and I started seeing this yellow. Oh, Dave, I throw cards with you, Autumn, but it's not as easy as you make it look. We usually get similar cards that makes me feel good. Oh, it makes me feel good too, Dave. But anyway, he's walking back and forth and I started seeing yellow around his head. And yellow usually has to do with thought and brain power to make sense, but it wasn't like this lovely, healthy, happy yellow. It was this smoky, sickly yellow. And it, as he moved, it like clung to his shoulders like smoke. And it was disgusting. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. It was really gross. The other time I saw was my Nick, who I had from when I was 15 until I was 35. My black cat Nick. Loved him. He was my buddy. Anyway, he was looking out the window. I was sitting there and I was just kind of looking at him. And he was looking out the window, but I couldn't see what he was looking at because I was like in a chair here and he was like right here looking outward. And I started seeing, it was like red lightning, like little bits of red lightning, like zipping up and down his body, just above his body. And I was like, what the? And so I went and what is he looking at? There was a bird. He was focused on, I want to get the bird. And this red lightning. So much times I've physically seen an aura. But anyway, I brought that up because Justice Thomas, that sickly yellow, smoky, ugh, he's got that. Very much so. Only he's got like layers of it. Teresa, the tornado yellow sky color. I think of tornadoes, I think of green. During when I had a tornado go right past near me, this guy went bottle green. That's what I think of. I mean, bottle green, like it was like this color green. It was green, this light green. It was green. But it was, Hello Sweet, a soft-boiled egg yolk, yellow. You know how on a, I know, hard-boiled egg. When you hard-boil an egg, and you take the shell off, and if you cut it in half and you pop out the yolk, the outside of it is that kind of yellowish green gray color. That was this. It should have been a bright yellow, but instead it was that color, but smoke. Yeesh. Nana Walling, do you see the aura in a picture of them or thy viewing? I only saw these were in person. So chartreuse, uglier. Yes, ugly, the ugly chartreuse. But anyway, that's what Justice Thomas has. I should get on with the reading. Is he going to be out before the 2024 election? For a second there, it felt pretty like, ooh, I feel open space, and maybe I don't. Let's see what the cards have to say. If I overcooked yolk color, that kind of thing. Moldy yellow, Karen, that's a great way to put it. Mm-hmm. Helen Sweetson, that's what I get from Trump. Oh, we won't even go into Trump's or, oh, that's a whole grossness, but yeah. Rob D, it's green. I'll never forget seeing that in the sky. Yeah, the bottle green, this color. Mm-hmm. It's terrifying. Okay, well, Justice Thomas. His wife is quite the Ginny Thomas, who paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to help get rally goers to the January 6th rallies, bust them in. She's quite a force. Helene Francis saying you should take his seditionist wife with him. You're not wrong. Okay. We're tired of all this fascist garbage. Oh, look, there's a thief. There's Democrats celebrating. Women celebrating. There is small fascist victory. And there's a Democratic-controlled committee. I think what I'm getting here is him having to go talk, or it has to do with his wife. But let me see if I can get any more information. It has to do with his wife. She or he may end up in front of the committee. And if his wife ends up in front of the January 6th Select Committee testifying about how she helped pay for all this seditionist stuff, let's just see, Justice Roberts is not going to be pleased. It's like the only good thing about Roberts, in my mind, is that he really, every once in a while, he has a flash of heart, but don't rely on it. But the main thing that's halfway decent about Roberts is he cares more about the institution than he does parties. Don't get me started. I'm not a fan. But that's not going to make Roberts happy. Well, you have an aura around you. So is it the lightning or really an aura that's visible? The lighting or really an aura that's visible? It was independent. It didn't have to do with the lightning, or it didn't have to do anything with the lighting. So the institution. Yep. There's a death card. Oh, the insurrection. Gee, that went so well, didn't it? Again, 3 of Cups in the middle. Magician. I don't think he's going anywhere. Not for a while. This is the whole seditionist thing. There is some happy, I think this makes me think, this is happy Democrats and happy women. This makes me think that there will be a replacement or maybe more on the Supreme Court, but he's still here, and that's still Trump's base of power, or the far right fascist base of power. It feels like he's still there. But I got this in the center twice now. So ick. Okay, McConnell. Janelle had a question about McConnell. 4130. McConnell. Still in Senate. Will McConnell still be in the Senate 1 year from now? So, another summer with McConnell. Imagine that man in a bathing suit. Oh, thank you for the headlines, Kristen. You always go above and beyond. Thank you. It really, I mean, normally I don't go with making fun of what people look like, but I honestly think he would kind of look like a turtle outside of its shell. He kind of would, wouldn't he? Let's see. Okay. 4230. So McConnell, he's still gonna be here, still gonna be in the Senate a year from now. Floating Lotus, thanks for that vision. I'll have to clean my screen now. I knew that would get a reaction. 7 of Cups. See, he sees what the Democrats are doing. Of course, they're the liars. They're the bad. And it's just driving him crazy. It just drives him crazy that he can't change it. He can't get rid of it. He can't. It's just there, and they're in power. It's driving him nuts. Oh, guys. 2 of Swords, Temperance, Sun, 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Ooh, well, he's gonna this is just more of his, he's trying to use procedure to stop Democrats from getting things done that they want done. This is this whole white supremacy, far right view of things, wanting power, but it's also a card for summer, this summer and next summer, and it's in the center. This is insult to injury. This is these decisions leading to insult and injury, and he lives for that. But ultimately, this is happy Democratic families. This is happy Democrats across the country, happy families across the country. So he's still there, just being awful, but he's tempered. But he hates Democrats with the heat of 1,000 suns. I think he's going to be around for a while. At least that's what the cards are saying. His health is not great. More far right stuff. Voters. Oh. Guys. Fair. Okay. Mitch. Republicans. Just a thought. Just throwing this out there for you. Perhaps you might want to push masks and the vaccine, and just kind of do a full 180 on what you were saying before, because you are quite literally killing off your own voters. This is a card of voting. This is a death card in the center. This is a lack of Republican stuff, voters, power. This is Pentacles are Republican, and this is the card of lack. Just a thought. You're so focused on power, maybe just a thought. Because I know that trying to reason with the, gosh, maybe it makes you a rotten human being if you do things that put others at risk. Nah, that will have no effect whatsoever. Yeah. All right. So after McConnell, who have we got? Rudi. Janelle, I think this is a very reasonable question at this point. Will Rudi, 4730, will Rudi be indicted by the end of 2020? You'd think, since it's, I mean, it is August. Pam, love the color of your nails. Just saying, oh, thank you, Pam. Thank you. Greta says 2021. Yes, end of 2021. Thank you, Greta. I don't know where my head was. Janelle changes to 2021. Thank you. Will Rudi be indicted by the end of 2021? I love you too. Thank you, Greta. There's lots of love coming your way. Rudi. 49. Rudi. Okay. Man needs to grow gills. Hermit, heavily isolated Rudi. All right, the Sun, 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. He is broke, flat broke. King of Swords, prosecutors, and he does not have the money to do the things he wants to do. They're coming for him. He's going to be, right now he's still free, but they're definitely going to hem him in. His finances are collapsing. They're about to he's about to dig a financial hole like he wants Indian Ocean water to pour into the U.S. which is actually what's on the other side of the globe from the U.S., just saying. Continental U.S. Prosecutors. Yeah, they're right there. They're not even at the end. They're right there. So it's coming. Hemmed in. Yep. Yep. Rudi will, it's according to these cards, and, well, the energy, mostly what you get is, but, yeah, I believe they're going to indict him. Michelle, rich people broke, or like not being able to pay your electric bill broke? Oh, I mean like millions in debt. Like $1 million in debt. Cannot pay any of his bills. Total bankruptcy. Creditors from all different places coming after him. And he pays his ex. He pays one of his exes just crazy money. Isn't it like $43,000 a month or something? Wow. Wow. Okay, so there's Rudi. Ah, yes, Steve had a question about the possible collapse of the Atlantic Ocean currents. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make an Atlantic Ocean currents. I was reading that article too, the whole thing. Let me share. This is really quite depressing, but let me share because I saved it. I actually took pictures to make sure. Oh, I wanted to show a friend of mine, so I actually also grabbed pictures. Have you guys seen Tom Daley? He's a diver, Olympic diver, and he knits and crochets. Have you guys seen this? Just a random. He made that, and he makes all kind of stuff. So I grabbed a bunch of these pictures to send to a friend of mine. He even crocheted a little cat bed. But when he and his partner have a 3-year-old son, something like that. Look, he makes sweaters for the kid. And he made this one too. Great stuff. I can't knit. I've tried and tried. People have tried to teach me. I'm really impressed with that. But anyway, I'll get back to what I'm actually supposed to be reading on here. More like 53:30. Sorry about the phone. It's not mine. Okay. Floating lettuce. Yep, made a little pouch for his medal. Very sweet. Okay. In the Washington Post, so this is not a fly-by-night kind of thing. Washington Post, critical ocean systems may be close to collapse. And it goes on. Human-caused warming has led to an almost complete loss of stability in the system that drives the Atlantic Ocean currents, a new study has found, raising the worrying prospect that this critical aquatic conveyor belt could be close to collapse. What they're talking about in recent, because you'll hear this term in future, all right? So Tom Daley, new grandma. In recent years, scientists have warned about the weakening of the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, AMOC, A-M-O-C, Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, which transports warm, salty water from the tropics to northern Europe and then sends colder water back south along the ocean floor. Researchers who study ancient climate change have also uncovered evidence that the AMOC can turn off abruptly, causing wild temperature swings and other dramatic shifts in global weather systems. It's the way it's how how saline its temperature change, it's how saline the water is. If the circulation shuts down, it could bring extreme cold to Europe and parts of North America, raise sea levels along the U.S. East Coast, and disrupt seasonal monsoons that provide water to much of the world. And then it goes, it's a really great article. You really should read it to have a real sense of how it works. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here. It's a long article, but it explains what this does. Okay, climate. Okay, it has happened before that the entire AMOC has shut down. Studies suggest that toward the end of the last ice age, a massive glacial lake burst through a declining North American ice sheet. The flood of fresh water spilled into the Atlantic, halting the AMOC and plunging much of the northern hemisphere, especially Europe, into deep cold. Gas bubbles trapped in polar ice indicate the cold spell lasted 1,000 years. Analysis of plant fossils and ancient artifacts suggests that the climate shift transformed ecosystems and threw human societies into upheaval. So, is this going to turn off the AMOC? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. This is scary, potentially, but is the Atlantic meridional, meridional ocean current. Is this system going to shut down for us on our watch because of our actions? And anyone who's thinking, well, could it be that bad? I mean, if it makes places cold and we're fighting global warming, well, wouldn't that help? The disruption would be catastrophic. It would be massive disruption. I'm not saying it would be the end of mankind by any stretch, but it would be massive disruption. Page 1. That's right. It's the message. Here's the message. Awooga, awooga, alert, alert. Message. Chariot. Emperor. Hanged man. Suspension. I don't like that. I don't like it. King of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. I don't like it. I don't like this. This is this massive. This is the normal movement. It's huge. Capital letters. Massive energy. Massive. It's gone on for a long time. This is mankind who thinks they are better than all and do not blah 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 blah. Right in the center, though, the most powerful card here, it's hanging Chad. It's the hanged man, the suspension, and a completely new outlook, new viewpoint. Rowan is saying colder temperatures mean less evaporation and less rain. So no, it won't help at all. No, it won't. I don't like that this is a major arcana capital letter card of suspension. And there we have this king. Mankind goes from dominion of all he surveys to being a king. He's diminished somewhat, but is surrounded by water. and a very empty sky. It's the thing about this card. The whole thing is just water. He's on the ocean. He's on the water. There's not a cloud in the sky. Which it does happen, but usually with that much water, there's a lot churning and going on. And this is this is moneyed interest. This is everything having to change. This is having to figure out how to make society work. This is costs of certain things going up, other things going down. This is disruption to find jobs. I don't like this. Let me see if I can get any, because this is, I'm hoping this is the warning. I'm hoping this is the warning. Maybe. Hopefully. So, your average adult today, and average adult today, is this going to happen in their lifetimes? Is this imminent? That's insult to injury. And that's the opposite. That's a completely flat sea with crazy clouds. Insult to injury. Don't like it. Don't like it. Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Okay. Future. Look, the generations coming up now, they are going to do a lot more about changing society and focusing on climate than we can even fathom, which is good. Because in the past, it's just been theft. We take without any consideration to what we're doing to the bigger system. But this is actively taking measures, environmental measures, because everything just becomes really unsettled. I'd say this would be that current, which goes back and forth and from above to below, but this is teetering. And this is revamping. The sword of truth here has to do with revamping society to be eco-friendly. That's what's coming. I mean, I have my little plants here, but I think my plants over here that I rescue from family members, that's nothing. I really think in future, if I was doing this 50 years from now, 30 years from now, that this whole wall, the ceiling is actually, it's not flat, it's actually tilted, it's low, it's here, and then it goes up high back there. That entire wall would probably be some form of low light plant. It's going to be, what we do is going to be so everything's going to be eco-centric. So that's what's coming. And they have to. They have to. They don't have a choice. It's survival. Anyway, all right, 105. I better get a move on if I'm going to actually answer all these questions. All right. So thank you for the question, Steve. Thank you for reminding me. All right, so at 105.30, Sandy is saying, our Oklahoma governor Stitt went to Azerbaijan in late July. Was he up to something nefarious? He was trying to expand Oklahoma's strategic business relations. He's all about oil. Okay. So Oklahoma Governor Stitt, S-T-I-T-T, to Azerbaijan. Was anything nefarious? Thank you, Constance. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Grandma Rose is saying that she moved to Memphis, from Memphis to the country, and that someone was saying they didn't believe in climate change, and she was shocked. I know people who don't believe in evolution. How scary is that? Oklahoma, that bastion of liberalism. I amuse myself. Governor went to Azerbaijan. Anything nefarious? Doesn't feel nefarious. This doesn't feel like anybody I want to know, but Governor Stitt, working. There's some kind of lack of money here. What's going on? Are there any is this a Democratic challenger in Oklahoma? Are you kidding me? Or would it be like oil liquids? I don't know. Full 3 of cups, 10 of cups. This? No. Oh, come on. Democrats making inroads in Oklahoma? Uh-huh. So Linda's saying, I live in Oklahoma and I'm a Yankee. Talk about a fish out of water. I believe it. Oh, man. Just having a quick look in the chat if anybody has any more information, because I do not understand why I've got very, very happy Democrats, because he does something he's absolutely foolish, and he's got money. There are money issues. Right. Texas, in my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but Texas will be California before Oklahoma goes purple, is my understanding. Pamela, oh, let's just sit on those cards for a while. Governor Stitt, what's going on? Lover's card? 5 of Wands, Devil, Knight of Swords, 6 of Swords, Death card. When is the next election in 2022? Because this is just down in this depth of the fascist garbage. This is people trying to vote. This is aggressively acting against these people trying to vote. But there's a big death card, and I don't think it has to do with people dying in Oklahoma. Thank you, Greta. 2022. Voters dying. Affects the voting. And I wonder if he's going to get in some kind of trouble for the extent of voter suppression. Weird. I'm going to have to come back to this. I'll do 3 more cards, but I'm going to have to come back to this at some other point because what's going on in Oklahoma? Are they just going to go so far to the right that there's a backlash? No, it's Oklahoma. Anybody outside of the U.S., if you can't tell already, Oklahoma is about as red as you can get. Oklahoma is scarily red. Insult to injury, stopping people from voting, voter suppression, King of Swords, that's legal matters about the fascist victory, rise of democratic power. Maybe it's federal because it can't be state. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, but that makes no sense to me. It doesn't have to. And if you are living in Oklahoma, stay strong. Stay strong. Your vote matters. Thank you for voting. Okay. Rand Paul. 130. Nobody minds if I beat my head against this desk, do you? Kristen from Uncover the News, who has the latest and greatest news. Rand Paul, Republican of Kentucky, we're looking at you, Kentucky, claims Democrats are plucking kids with COVID from the border and putting them all over the United States as if they're wishing to seed the country with a new variant. Rand Paul. Please tell me people are going to just start ignoring him, treating him as persona non grata. Please tell me something will quiet him legally, safely. No violence. We don't want anyone getting hurt. But boy, if legal karma came in, if justice came and sat on Rand Paul's head over something, I wouldn't complain. You have nothing to apologize for, Bismo. You're in the thick of it, fighting the good fight. Rand Paul. It isn't even like a conspiracy theory. It's conspiracy stupidity. Let's see, what's the dumbest thing I could say? Ace of Cups. He twists things around in his head. He twists things around in his head. And there's logic goes straight out the window. I'm not even going to try to explain what he's thinking because it doesn't make sense. Full strength Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Page of Wands. Meanwhile, Democrats are just going about their business. They've got the strength. They've making success, rise of Democratic power. It's weakening Republicans. And so you come up with crackpot garbage and send it out into the world. Who is voting for this guy? I understand being conservative, but I don't know. You can't find a conservative who actually deals in anything even remotely reality adjacent, even, not. Pegasus, twisted by misinformation from Moscow. Rand Paul. Again, strength. They'll keep him. He's being dismissed. He's not being taken very seriously. Oh, I've got rise of Democratic power. I have got investigators, and I have law enforcement here, and I have got the justice card. I wonder if Rand Paul has some splaining to do. Okay. Gmov had a question at 1:17:30. I've read on this before, but I think it's worth revisiting. Will Congress get Trump's taxes? Because they're talking again about last night on Ari Melber. They were talking, and it was like, this could go on for years. It's like, this was already decided. Hey, Andre from Astrology Alert is here. Hello. Do follow Astrology Alert. Andre's doing great work on his channel. But anyway, reality adjacent, you're being kind. Anyway, last night on Ari Melber, they were talking about Trump taking this back to court could go on for years. I thought this was already decided. And they're trying to use the argument, you'll love this. They're trying to use the argument that New York State got hold of Trump's taxes, but they haven't charged him with anything. Therefore, there's nothing bad there. So the federal government, the committee shouldn't be able to get hold of it because obviously there's nothing bad there. Is this really going to drag on for years? It doesn't feel like it. That's a Three of Cups. Stir the pot, delay, deflect. Oh, do something legal. Make a legal decision. Go do something. End. Queen of Cups. Temperance. This is not going to go on for years. Oh, nay. He's just trying to stir the pot. Delay. Same thing he's always done, right? Wrong. End of the center of the reading. End of an era. And we've been through this. It's not going to work. No. End. Finito. Turn him over. This is the committee's being like, oh, thank you. And this is temperance, as in this garbage is not going to happen again. They're going to put something in place so this doesn't happen again. I don't know if it's a new law or an adjustment to a law, but oh yeah, this is not going to go on for years. That's what the cards are saying. Thank heavens. I was concerned. Greta's saying asking how long will it take? Doesn't feel like it's going to take long. Tarot's awful when it comes to timing of things, but Congress getting Trump's taxes. He's got to drag. Ace of Pentacles. Money. Fool, you can't touch me. La 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 la. Oh, yeah. That's aggressive law enforcement. This is not long. This is the normal you can't touch me, but there's huge consternation. There's aggressive law enforcement. It has to do with the money. I think there's some questions with the IRS. Remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Trump org demand the largest tax refund in U.S. history? It was like $78 million or something. And anything over $1 million goes into a committee at the IRS, and has apparently just been sitting there ever since. But I think Trump got the money. I'm not sure. Something like that. Weirdness. Absolute weirdness. Okay. Rhonda was asking the variant. Well, there's some. Okay. The question was the new variant after Delta. Is it as dangerous? There's more than one. And alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, I believe. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta. So after delta would be theta. And there's a lot of talk that it's more contagious, but I could see what I can come up with on. Let's just print theta, the theta variant. Save. And thank you for being here. Oh, Lambda. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta. Lambda? Oh, all right. We're down to Lambda, are we? Okay. I used to know the Greek alphabet. It was a long time ago, obviously. All right, Lambda. Let's read on Lambda. Gamma, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta. Ah, thank you. Delta and Lambda already in the US. Let's do Lambda. Theta. The theta variant. Oh. Makes my skin crawl. Energy makes my skin crawl. Ew. Look at my viral load. Ew. Whew. Chaos, Knight of Swords, aggressive vaccines, Ace of Pentacles, throwing more money at this, but there isn't enough in certain parts of the world, so you get medical children, you get the variants, which are inevitable. That does not answer the question. That brings us, that's the first part, okay. But how is Lambda, Jay Lester wins the internet with "There's always room for pie." That was awesome. Oh, we're already, yeah. That was good. This was saying, I hear the word Lambda, and all I can think of is the movie Revenge of the Nerds. All I think of is Half-Life, the video game. Three of Swords. This is not. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Very bad. Very bad. But seriously, look, it's worse. It's worse. It's more. These things, the variants, they're more contagious. They're more blah 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 blah. We're not. It's not going to be as bad because vaccines are going to work, at least to a point, enough that it'll be bad and die, and then it's like waves that get smaller each time, but it's going to be ugly. So wear your mask. Wear your mask, please. There was talk yesterday about gloves. I was thinking about this all yesterday. It was talking about, wear a mask, wash your hands, wear gloves. And there was someone in the chat saying, no, they're saying, CC saying, don't use gloves. It just spreads the virus. Depends on how you're using your gloves. They use them in medical facilities. And I'll use gloves, say, to go bring in packages and deal with all of that in the mail and everything. And then I will wash them with soap and water. Wash them well. And then I'll go do things like scoop out the cat boxes and stuff like that. Try to get as much use out of the gloves as I can. But anyway. White Dragon saying, I played Half-Life. Scary but fun. Oh, Half-Life was great. But I can't I can't think of it without thinking of if anybody here's played it, without in my head hearing Gordon Freeman with the crowbar. Ding, 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 ding. Hitting metal. Queen of Cups. Stay in. It'll pass. This is not going to last forever, or we'll get it under control, or it'll just become a part of life, but it doesn't take over life. This is not a world, this is not a human ending thing. It's just hard. So, anyway. If I had a question, may as well ask. 128. Sing with. Okay, if I was asking, do you think someone is messing with your internet so you cannot read on these scumbags? I doubt it. I really don't believe that. But I'll pull 3 cards. Why not? Why not? Is someone messing with my internet so I won't read on these scumbags? I'm not, and I'm rolling my eyes. It's not at you. Fi, it's not at you. It's just the state of the world. Oh, Greta, I'm afraid I've got my questions for today. And as far as what I've read before, you can always go to the main, click on the, if you click on the name of the channel, and just there's a search function. Sorry about that. Okay. 129:30. Okay. Someone messing with my internet to stop me from doing this. No, I'm a fool. No, I'm just a fool going about my business. 4 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. The signal keeps dropping. I talked to them yesterday, and I do apologize for disappearing yesterday before I got to the last question. But at least I finished the one I was working on. The signal keeps dropping out there. It's nothing here. It's there. And I don't know, maybe they don't have the clout to be I don't know what's exactly causing it. And yes, I am paying a pretty penny for my internet service. But this is just, yeah, this is not, no, nobody's trying to silence me. This is poor infrastructure. This is technology. Polywand is saying perhaps these cyber ninjas are tampering with dials and buttons to interfere with and destroy your positive energy. Perhaps that would explain so much. And again, not attacking the person who asked the question at all. We're making fun of those people and this, and the fact that, yeah, I got the full card from me. All right, what's next? Helen Sweet. Why am I? It's like I've got them. Why is this on number 9? But this is number 11. Did I miss something? All right, we've got Tuck. We've got Justice Thomas, McConnell, Rudi, Tucker, Justice McConnell, Rudi, Atlantic Ocean. Got that. Oklahoma. Got that. That was 6. Yeah. Rand Paul was 7. Yeah. Trump's taxes is 8. Yes. Lambda. Didn't write it down, did I? Well, heck. Didn't write the question down and didn't write the time down. Oh, well, all right, I'll have to look that up. So next is messing with the internet. Okay. So Helen Sweet had a question. We are at 133. Will anyone from Eastern Europe, will anyone from a foreign country leak information about Trump? So will a foreign country leak? Because I certainly don't want to write down Trump leaks. Whew, no. As far as, okay, well, yeah, let's just do this. I'll just do that. Okay. One country leak information about Trump. Maybe Russia, maybe Scotland. Leak negative information about Trump, I assume. Foreign country leak negative information about Trump. Ace of Pentacles. Financial records. They will hand over financial records from places all over the world. Yep. Financial here. Hermit. 9 of Pentacles. The new American heroes, the forensic accountants. About the, oh, I'm so rich. No, you're not. And they're going to prove it. Page of Cups. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all corrupt. This is all rotten. All this money, king of money, greenery, weed of crime that bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. Shadow knows. This is all rotten, slimy. And even the lowliest, I don't know, committee of investigator, what have you, with any power to get information, will be able to show that, one good blast with the hose and all this slimy vegetation will just, fall off onto the ground because he's over leveraged and his business is a sham. They're going to leak foreign countries are going to leak financial information, and not necessarily leak, even just hand it over to committees and whatnot. So, okie dokie. Okay, let me take a sip, and then I want to talk about some of the questions I didn't get to today. Julie had asked what's going on with Letitia James choosing to start with Cuomo when she has so much on Trump. I read on that yesterday. Boy, did I get the spiritual smackdown. Stop giving her a hard time. She's working on it. Look out. It's like, okay, just wait. Chris is asking, when are you going to have Andre from Astrology Alert on again? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. He's great. So, I got this spiritual smackdown yesterday about questioning Letitia James if she's going to go after Trump. So that was yesterday. You can see what I got on that. Joanne was saying Lindsey Graham with COVID was on Manchin's boat with several others. Did anyone else contract COVID? I read on that a couple of days ago as well. If you just go onto the main page of the site and just there's a little search bar, top right. You can just put in keywords and it'll pop right up because all of my videos are timestamped, so they come up in this when you do searches. So, and Patty was saying, is there a new variant? Something about Alameda County. Please forgive my ignorance. I don't know where Alameda County is. Sorry, but new variants. That's what we were reading on, and we could kind of work our way through them in a way. So, all right. So the last question today was really interesting from Polly Wanda. Just something. Alameda, California. Thank you, Jay Lester. Thank you. But we were looking at the variants today, and we'll keep looking. Okay, so that was kind of included in what we went through, and in a specific area. I don't know if that always helps. Okay. Anyway, at 1:39. Our last question today, we're going to do something very different. I like this. Within 5,000 years, all right, so we're talking we're in 2021, it would be 7021. By 7021, CE, Common Era. Will humans remain as we are, become extinct, or develop into higher beings? Let's see what we get. So, in 7021, just think. Oh my gosh, we'll have so many people off the planet. So many people out there. I'm very hopeful about the future, but let's see. Humanity, 721. High Priestess. There's going to be certain aspects of us that's going to be unrecognizable to people today because of technology. Technology is going to, I mean, like I'm using a computer here to talk to you, but I haven't been genetically altered to talk to you. I don't have implants to talk to you. There's hard to even wrap your head around where we're going to be. 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I'm about to sneeze. I'm sorry. Sorry. Moon, 9 of Swords, Hierophant. What on earth? Sorry, my father was trying to call me and it just suddenly started calling him back. What? No, I'll call him when I'm done here. We the peeps, we will become Borg. Thank you, Fi. In 5,000 years, will humans be the same? Will they be extinct? Or will they develop into higher beings? There are going to be huge differences. There's going to be communications. Oh my gosh. We'll still be around, but it's and I don't know why I'm keep getting out there, going to other planets, moons, asteroids, but somehow even beyond to the stars. The moon. I'm not getting moon like chaos. I'm getting moon like the actual moon and beyond. And all kind of changes, genetic stuff. Wow, can't wrap. I can't even wrap my head around it. So we're gonna be around, and yeah. I mean, I think if you went back 2,000 years and you went up to the average person, and 1, somehow they could understand you, and 2, they didn't immediately want to burn you at the stake or hang you from a tree. You could and you showed them this technology we have now. It would blow their minds. Some of it would just completely blow their minds, but some of it they could have kind of wrapped their heads around. Just it's like, okay, well, this is but this is still a cup. There's still a drink in it. I'm drinking from it. Okay. This is the place where I work. I'm some form of scribe, so I've got paper and something that marks the thing in front of me. Okay. They're cats. They know what cats are. That's the key. That's the key. 144. Cats by 7021. What happens to cats? We the people saying we'll speak telepathically without words. I think there will be an ability to switch between your own consciousness and a group consciousness through what today we would think of as computers. But all right, what are cats? What's going to happen to cats by 7 in 5,000 years? By 7,021, what is going to happen? Like, it's not shuffling. What's going to happen to cats? I know, Fi, you asked about dogs, but cats. I'm just going to ask about cats. What is going to happen to cats? 7021. Cats. They're expensive. Well, they're kind of expensive now, but they'll be more expensive. Some form of, okay, that's a card of work. Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. Well, cats as we know them now, if you want someone like Boo Boo or Alfie, you want the old style cat. They're hecka expensive. Sorry about that. My internet disappeared again. I'll be calling them again when I get off of here. I'm so sorry. All right, I was reading about cats in 27, and it's the last thing I'm doing for today. So if I get cut off again, which is making me crazy, if I get cut off again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. At 4 o'clock, I will be over at Book Art Media, as usual, to Book Art Media, as usual, to do creative sprints. Cats in 7021, 5,000 years from now. Cats. The Seven of Cups. Places we're living, and they're too. they don't understand in the way they are now. They don't understand space travel, going in and out of zero G. They need, it's cruel. It's considered cruel. They need a stable place with a set amount of gravity, and don't mess with them. There's too much. Yeah. But we'll be around. Cats will be around. I'll read on dogs another day, but I just wanted to make sure I looked at the cats. But when I say there are good days ahead, we're just looked 5,000 years into the future. So believe me when I tell you there are good days ahead. All right? Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hang in there. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for everything. Take care.